Later on tonight, the update that's been on the test server this past week is coming to the live servers. Update 5.1 brings along with it Season 5, Survivor Pass 5 Badlands, a sort of refresh to Miramar, a new fixed scope on the Win94, new game mechanics, and much more. The live servers are scheduled to go down tonight, October 28th at 10 p.m. Pacific time, and they should be down for about 6 hours until October 29th, 4 a.m. During this downtime, the test servers will still be up and running, so if you still want to play PUBG when the live servers are down, head on over to the test servers and you should still be able to find a match. And the biggest thing with this new update is the Miramar Refresh. Now this isn't a remaster of the map, kind of like what we saw with Erangel, but they've made some tweaks to the map, some of the items, as well as the loot balance. There's all new kinds of jumps and racetrack items throughout the whole map. It basically seems that you can drive around and find a jump wherever you want to go. So if you just want to have a good time, race your friends, or just act stupid in the game, now if you play Miramar, you definitely have that chance. There's plenty of ramps, jumps, loop-de-loops, and courses to go around in. But I would just suggest if you're going to do it, try and find a motorcycle. That's probably your best bet. There's a new gold Murado that spawns exclusively at Hacienda, and they've just cleaned up some of the interiors of the map just to make it easier to navigate. And I mentioned that item spawn balance. They increased the AR spawn rate by 12%, DMRs by 29%, snipers by 42%, the Win94 by 30%, and scopes by 18%. Unfortunately, on Miramar, you still have a hard time finding scopes, and you still have a really hard time finding healing items, but hopefully this is just one step in the direction of getting this map up to speed with the other maps in the game. There's an all-new vending machine around Miramar where you can actually activate it and it will give you painkillers or drinks, and there's a few new mechanics in the game that you need to be aware of. First and foremost, the Win94 now has a scope on it, and it's not like you can attach any scope. It has a 2x scope, and I have to say, I really like it. You should treat the Win94 exactly as if it was a Kar 98. It has the same bullet speed and bullet drop, so if you keep that in mind while shooting it with this new scope, you really can do some damage. You can now throw items to teammates. If you use the radio message system, which has been changed, what you do now is double click the right thumbstick in, the new radio message system will pop up, and then you can use the left stick to navigate around and select something. But if you use that radio message system to request ammo or healing, now your teammates, if they're within 15 meters of you, can actually throw you that item if they have it in their inventory. This is a really cool feature. Now it's not going to come in handy if you guys aren't in trouble or anything, but if you're behind cover and you can't really leave cover because you're being shot at, you can then throw a first aid if you're close enough to your teammate. That way you can still help out. And sticking with the throwing theme, you can now throw melee weapons and melee weapons stack in your inventory. So you're not just limited to picking up one melee weapon, you can stack them, but they are very heavy, so just keep that in mind. I can't wait to see some of the big streamers or best players in the game try and attempt an all melee weapon challenge. To do this, you want to hold the left trigger to aim and then throw it with the right trigger. As per usual, the pan does a little bit more damage than the other weapons, but it's just something to mess around with. It's not really going to come in handy too often unless you only have a melee weapon early game. But even then, you're probably going to have to throw it twice, but who knows, maybe that's all you found. There's been some changes on Erangel. Red zones are no longer spawned after Phase 3, and vehicle spawn rates have slightly been increased on regular and mountain roads. And some huge news for PS4 players, custom games have made their way to PS4, finally. So just like we have on Xbox, you can actually go to the custom match menu, create your own custom match, wait for people to join, or invite a lot of people to join, and then have some fun. You can change certain parameters around, but it's not as flexible as what they have on PC. At this time, cross-platform play is not available on custom matches, but I see that happening in the future. It's just inevitable, so hopefully we see that soon. And with this update, we get a new season as well as a new Survivor Pass, Badlands. Like previous passes, this goes to 100 levels, and there are daily, weekly, progression, challenge, weapon missions, all kinds of missions to complete for XP as well as rewards. And I really think this has a chance at being one of the best passes. Just browsing through the cosmetic items, I see a lot of stuff that I actually would want to put on my character. So I'm pretty excited to jump in here and get to work on this pass. And the new survival title system Season 5 will bring new rewards, as well as a slight change to the amount of SP that you earn for each match. It looks like they're increasing the amount of SP that you earn for each match, so it's going to make it easier to get to the higher ranks. Another change, if you hit 6,000 SP, you're no longer guaranteed to gain SP for every match. If you finish in the lower 30% of the match that you're playing, whether that's kills or position, you could potentially lose SP and lower your rank, but keep in mind that you won't actually go below 6,000 SP, you'll never lose that survivor rank once you reach it, you'll just have a harder time getting up to lone survivor. They've made some changes to the volumes of both the vehicles, some water noises, just trying to make things a little bit quieter in PUBG, a little bit softer. I like to see these quality of life changes because they do make a difference in the long term. A couple other things that I noticed that I didn't really see in the patch notes. Vikendi now has some kind of new cloudy mode, and this wasn't in the game before. Did anybody else know this super cloudy version of Vikendi? I really liked it. I thought things were much more clear to see, and it really makes sense with the environment. It probably shouldn't be super sunny all the time. Also, things just seemed a little bit more vivid. They seemed a little bit more colorful. Maybe I'm just making that up, I don't know, but it just seemed to be a little bit better looking in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about this patch in the comment section below. Were you able to try out the test server? I was able to get on there with my squad quite a bit over the weekend, and I definitely had a good time trying out the Win94, messing around on some of the jumps, and I'll be excited when this hits the live servers. Remember to like the video if you find it useful, and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish. You can follow me on Twitter at YTBoris15. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.